What is happening, guys? Welcome back to the channel and to another video on the Golf. So in the last episode we saw we got this scuttle panel fitted and nice and sturdy. We also got the clutch hole repaired and a few other little small bits dealt with on the car. So what we're doing in this episode. So if you watched the last episode all the way to the end, you saw I wanted to set myself a little bit of a challenge this week. The other side, doing all the floor, rear beam mount, chassis rails, floor, all of those bits took me about 3 weeks, I think. Might have even been a little bit longer. This time I wanted to see, with my newfound confidence in fabrication and welding, how far I can get in 1 week, 5 days, maybe 6 if we do Saturday as well. How far I can get on this side, which is actually worse than the other side as well. So that's where we're going to be. Now, week hasn't got off to the best start. I think it's about 10:30, 11 already, as I've been running around sorting all sorts of stuff out. So we're not off to the best start, but we're going to give it a go, see where we can get. I've not still yet to have, as planned, a full 5-day week on it, as things pop up and I have to go off and do this and do that and do the other. But that's real life. So first things first is we're going to tackle this the same way as the other side. Remove this chassis rail, drill all these spot welds out of this central rail, cut this floor section and get it off. Then we'll cut this sill off and get that out of the way, cut this front corner off, get the rest of the floor out from the inside, chassis rails off, rear beam mount off, and then we'll start trying to get the inner sill out. So let's throw the GoPro on and make a start. There we go, 20 to 5, and we've got the majority of what we wanted to get cut out. So obviously this has gone through quite a lot here. This is where them horrible MOT patches were. This is looking solid actually, which is nice because the other side had gone. So hopefully we've not got to fix that. I am going to have to make this corner again because this has got quite a lot of scarring in it. But hopefully it's just going to be sort of making this piece, so that we've done that once, so hopefully we can do it again. Still got a little bit of, spot that, still got a little bit of inner sill left in on there, which is a bit annoying, but yeah, we'll deal with that. This, like I say, doesn't look as bad as the other one did. It isn't amazing, but hopefully clean it up and it'll look nice and it'll be usable. A few bits to weld up, but no problem. This panel here, this front part is okay, and then sort of from here back it needs repairing, but again, not a problem. We've done it once before. It is definitely doable. So I've had to take this central chassis section out here because it had rotted, so I folded this lip back, which usually sits down like that at 90 degrees to it, but we folded this back, taken this piece out. It does all need cleaning up and sorting out still. Took this piece out, so we're going to have to make a new patch piece to go in there. This side's a little more difficult because you've got this here, which I'm not even sure what's for. Can't remember what it's for. Be for something, but I can't remember what. Might be the handbrake cable? No, I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna get around that and sort this out. Edge of this has gone as much as the other side's done, so we'll be repairing that. This corner is pretty much dissolved, which was to be expected because the washer bottle is just there. Boot floor, all these repairs, I've cut the valance off flush to the floor now, so we can do all those repairs to the boot floor as well. But for a few hours work, I don't think we've done too bad. We're at a pretty decent point. I'm a hell of a lot more confident putting it back together than I was the last time. So yeah, we'll have a process of what we're going to do. Tomorrow will be probably start off cleaning bits up. I've ordered a load of new wire wheels. I've rinsed mine, that one. So yeah, I've got nothing left, so I think I've had my money's worth out of that one. I've ordered a load of them. I've ordered one for the angle grinder as well. Anyway, waffle on. I'm gonna go home. We're all swept up, all clean, all ready. I'm gonna go home now, have a good night's sleep, come in the morning, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready to go. See where we can get on day 2, but that's day 1. Peace out. Good morning, welcome back, and now we're on day 2 of seeing how far we can get on this floor. So, I've been thinking about it. I was thinking about it in bed last night, and I think the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to do it the same as the other side. So we'll start with this piece here. Now I've been through and found I've got all of the jigs that I used for the opposite side. I've routed a pocket obviously to change the hand of it, to put this pocket in. So, first things first, I'm going to measure, cut a piece of steel, form the 2 details that we need in it, bend it round, and then we'll be able to get this cut out. So, yeah, let's roll, find a piece of steel, and get this piece formed and made. There we go, after a bit of messing around with some bits of wood and some hammers, we've got this replacement panel for here sorted. Now, I think what I'm going to do, clamp the inner sill on, so I've got a point for this to boil up to. I've drawn around the piece, and then I'm going to go now, I'm going to cut some of it away because I can't get this into the correct place. So after a bit of messing around, we've got this old rusty holy one off and the new one clamped in place. Obviously this point here can only go in one place. It's got to touch there and there's got to touch there. But this point here is sort of a bit floating. So what I've done is off this lip, measured down from there to there, and on the other side, 125mm. We just cut a bit of the lip away, sent it further in to get it in the right place, and I'm happy now that that is sitting in the correct place. This back bit, obviously, there'll be flex in the panel and we can get this in the correct place when we get sills and other bits and bobs pieces on. But for now, I think what I'm going to do is it's clamped top and bottom. I'm going to do these up a little bit more so it's got a good clamp on it. Like that. And then like that, just double check that dimension. Absolutely bang on. Right, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow the outline of this with the grinder, take this off, tidy the hole up, and then we'll get it clamped back in place. It needs a bit of moving and knocking as we weld it in. Clean all the wax off the back off, and then yeah, should be good to weld that bit in. And just like that, day 2 is over and done with. Now it is only sort of 2 o'clock, but I've got somewhere to go, I've got somewhere to be. Told you I'd never get a clear week on it. But this corner is in and done and primed, pretty happy with it. It's not perfect, it's as good as the other side I think. Needs a bit of knocking about and whatever, but it's there. I've not filmed it because I was packing my kit away and decided to just do it. So yeah, I've started repair on this piece as well, which isn't that bad. We'll put this piece on. I'm just going to cut a small little slither to put into here, make that as easy as possible, get this solid again. So yeah, day 2 over and done with. See where we'll get on day 3. I'm not having as much progress as I wanted at the minute, if I'm honest, but we knew that patching and things was always going to take time. Hopefully it'll all come together on Friday and we'll be able to start actually putting some panels in that we've been supplied. And we'll feel like we're getting somewhere. But anyway, day 2 over and done with. See you in the morning. Welcome back to another day on this Golf then, during this week of challenging, see how far I can get in 1 week with my newfound fabrication skills. So I've been in here for a few hours this morning, I think about 3 hours. Got a bit more done, so I think I'd done this last night. Cut this piece out, cut this lip off here as well, because that was a bit rotten. I've made a new one that is, I imagine, going to be a hell of a lot of fun to weld on, but that's to go on. Obviously we've got that plate to go in as well, that piece to go on there, and that'll finish this lower section. I've also made this piece here, which, if you remember the earlier videos, if If you've not watched them, why? Get yourself back, watch from episode 1, come all the way back. There's a link in the description to that. If you have been watching, you'll know that we made one of these the last time. So when we put the aftermarket inner sill in, it doesn't close all this end up. So we've made this that sits in there, welds in something like that, and that closes up this gap. The inner sill then runs to there, and it's all done, seam sealable, and that's sealed. This corner had completely rotted away as well, so I've made a new corner for this piece in here to finish this off. Isn't bang on. When we clamp it in place, it'll be fine. We'll weld it in, that'll be that done. We've got a fair bit of welding to get on with now. So first thing we've got to do is weld this plate in here. Then we'll offer the inner sill in, or we'll clamp this and push this in, put the inner sill in, clamp the inner sill in place to make sure that this is in the right place, because this moves, and wherever I weld this is going to hold it in place. So we'll put the inner sill in to get that in the correct place, put this in, a couple of tacks in that. We have to then get this corner piece on, and then tidy this up here, which is this central brace. Obviously everything still needs a bit of a tidy. And then I think we can then start tacking the inner sill in. We've got to put the seatbelt anchoring point and things in it, but we're making some good progress. Now, I've decided I'm not going to go showing you everything step by step for this side, because we've already done it on the other side. There's no point in me going through it again. So, yeah, you'll probably see me back here when I've got this bit sorted. Apologies for not really doing a lot filming today. It's been one of them days where it's just gone, and I've had my head down, and I've been trying to get through all these little bits that need sorting out to then start putting bigger panels in so it looks like we've done something. But what have we done today? So, work backwards. On the other side, I put, this little indent here in the sill is a mark for where the jacking point is. This side, they had completely rotten. There weren't even anything left of them. I don't even know where they've gone, I've not seen them. So I made some more. So all this is some 25 by 25 box that I used to brace the inside of the car. I've cut it down a bit, angled the top so that it touches the top of the inner sill, and they sit in there nicely. A bit of a bodge, but it'll do a job. It does what it needs to do. It'll be nice and strong for jacking the car up, so I'm pretty happy with that. So this piece has been put in and welded. This lip has been done. I've purposefully left the welds, the pigeon had a go at that one. I purposefully left them there, so it was stronger, really, more than anything. I made this piece, which is in, again, pigeons just had a little bit of a tack on there. Ignore it, it'll be clean back, it'll be done properly, it'll be fine. Let me remove this sill and show you the inside of this sill. So up here is looking a little bit more familiar. This has all been painted. I need to paint the rest of it, obviously, from where I've done the work. But this is this piece that closes where the sill goes off, same as we did on the other side. So that piece is in. It's been a pretty good day, productive day, I think. I don't know. Seems to be one of them days that winds me up a bit, because I've spent all day making and doing things, and then you stand there and look at the car now, you go, I haven't really done anything. I suppose you get days like that on a build like this. So, we'll leave it there for today. Get this sorted. I've got to go out now, that's why I've got to leave a little bit earlier. Still not had a full day in it yet. Still not had a full day. Day 3. What did we manage on the first one? Don't know. We ain't had a full day in it yet anyway, but hopefully tomorrow's a new day. Let's see what that brings. See you then. Good morning and welcome to day 3. Now, apologies for the lack of time-lapsey showing you what I was doing footage yesterday. Yeah, one of them days where it was little bits that were just, you didn't feel like you were getting anywhere with, so I didn't bother filming because it was winding me up a bit. I was doing loads and didn't feel like I was getting anywhere. Anyway, today's a new day. First job is going to be to sort the inner sill out. We've got seatbelt bracket to weld to it, the jacking point to weld to it, get some of the black paint off and get it all primed, ready to then go in the car. So, no waffling, let's get the GoPro set up, because I'll show you me doing a bit on here. Not that you've seen it before, but we'll do a bit on this one. And then hopefully we'll be able to get this in the car and then move on to the next bit. Let's go. there's that sill all prepped then. So we've got, just there, we've got the thread mounted for the seatbelt point. We've got the strengthening points that I've made for the jacking point are in, welded to this, nice and strong and painted. I've just chucked the sill on just to check that everything was in the correct place where it needs to be, everything cleared. And now I'm happy to say that everything fits where it needs to fit. I need to knock this about a little bit to get this down, but I think that's just moved as I've been getting this in and out. So that sill can come back out again. Then it's going to be roll the car over again and get everywhere clean on the shell. So where all the wax, oil and things like that are, we've got to get all that off so we've got nice clean surfaces to be able to weld. So hopefully by the end of the day, we'll have the sill on, the inner sill. Hopefully. Right, I'm going for some lunch, warm up, and then, yeah, back to it. Right, sill finished, sorted, done. Seatbelt mount in, supports for jacking point in, done. It's primed all over, it's cleaned up where it needs to be, got all the black paint off. So, chuck it in for one last time. The sill is now back in, on, done, holes drilled, everything sorted, primed, prepped, ready to now be welded in. So, there's nothing left to do, but get rid of this, get the GoPro on, and we'll get this welded up, and hopefully, we're well on our way to getting this side rebuilt. Much quicker than the last time, still doing a lot of faffing though. And there's that day 4 over and done with. Sill is on. I don't really feel like we've achieved much today. I've cleaned the inner sill, welded the jacking point, strengthening things, seatbelt, cleaned it all back and welded it on. Didn't really feel like we've done a lot today, considering today's been the first pretty much not far off a full day that I've been here. I'm not getting anywhere near as much done as I wanted to or had in my mind that I would do this week. It's going a lot quicker than it did the last time, a lot quicker, but I'm doing a lot of standing around looking and faffing, really, again. I've got to get out of this faffing and just have confidence in what I'm doing and get on with it. I think the reason I'm doing a bit of faffing is because I know exactly what I've got to do now that's in, and I really don't want to do it. So the next bit to sort is this. This isn't going to be easy at all. So, ideal world, I'd replace the whole tub, but as I said, I can't get one. So, we're going to have to cut out and replace this piece. Right, enough talking. See you in the morning. So here we are then, day 5, and seeing how far we can get on this Golf in 5 days, which isn't as far as I wanted, but we're going to stay positive and we're going to get as much done as we can. So yeah, in the workshop in December, and I've got a t-shirt on. I went over to the main farm the other day and found, where is it? That little bad boy, just there. Diesel heater, what a piece of kit that is. Sat there doing nothing, no one told me about it, so brought that straight over. It's now come to the point where I've got to do what I've been really not wanting to do, which is this corner. And as you can see, I've already made a start, so let me explain how I'm thinking. I'm going to sort this bit out. So, as you can see, this is quite a complex piece to sort out. It's flat here, sort of, but then it kicks out here and kicks in there. You've got this roll, that's ever so slight onto this piece. This rolls in, this rolls in, this rolls in here, but it's pretty straight there. Then it curls up to this. So, how have I made that so far? Went back to my favourite little trick of plywood. So 2 pieces, one the correct size with this radius on it. Used a piece of paper just to find this radius of this arch out. Drew that on there, cut that out. Then used a socket actually and found roughly what that internal radius was, the tight radius. Put it on the edge of there, drew around that each end, and then where it sort of goes to nothing, pen along there, angle grinder with the flat disc in it and put that radius onto that. Cut another piece to the internal part of this, the smallest part of the panel, to that radius edge. Clamped all that together in a bench, beat that round and got that not far off where it needed to be. So then offered the flat part in, which had got just this radius on it, into the car, and worked out that this sort of came up and this dropped off. So worked out where the sort of crown of this radius was, put a straight line on to give me a bit of a mark, clamped this in place and drew that line down. Then I've got a bit of, if you've watched the channel for quite a while, when I did the T5 and did the hub mod, I've got an offcut of that tube left. Put that on a bench and just sort of bent it around it a bit to get that right radius. Then we worked out that this came up, put it in a bench, folded it about a bit. Then clamped it a bit more into, came on and went clamped back in. Got a pen from the back and roughly worked out where this opening was. Did a rough cut, which in hindsight now was a little too big. Cut that out. It then gave me a bit of an eye to get everything in the right place. Clamped it in. One bolt in place there. Then we sort of panel in, panel out, and worked out where this line of this, where these two pieces met, this slit here and where this was. Put these relief cuts in and then pushed them into place and then put bolts in to hold everything where it needs to be. So now we've got this sort of fall into this area, this bit here and this bit here. We've obviously got to go and try and fill all these gaps in. So how am I going to keep these spaced exactly as where they are now when I go taking this out of the car? What I'm thinking is, I've cut some little bits of steel. What I'm going to do is put that one on there and tack it that side. I'm going to put one there again, tack it both sides, and then we'll put one there and tack it both sides. In my mind then, this can then come out of the car and it should all stay in about the right place. That'll allow me then to go from the back and weld this all up, and then hopefully we can dress it, get it back in the car, sort this bulge out when this is welded up. Hopefully we then cut the part out and get it welded in the car. Hasn't, touch wood so far, touch wood, hasn't been as difficult as I thought it was going to be. It's just sort of thinking, it's problem solving, the whole thing's problem solving, isn't it? So, after a bit of fettling, I think that's my favourite word, but a few people say that. This obviously is what is here. Rust all here, rust all in here, completely shot, done, gone. You've got, it sort of starts to fall off in these areas and comes in, but then it falls off here again. So what I've made is this piece. Now it isn't A1 bang on perfect as it should be a pressed panel, but it's pretty damn close. And I'm pretty pleased with the way that it's turned out. So what I did was obviously bolted it in place, these holes. So I'm going to bolt it back into place now and then decide where to cut it, get all my cuts done, get the panel out, and then hopefully get this piece let in, and hopefully we'll be able to get it welded in and it'll look right. So let's roll on with that, and that's another little bit done. Right, that's that panel in place now. It isn't absolutely A1 stamp perfect, but it replicates the panel that was there. I'm pretty happy with it. So when it's all stone chipped and everything, I don't think you'll ever notice. Now, see there's a bit of a gap here. That's because I've had to cut part of the seat, the base of the seat away, because it was rotten. So I've decided I'm going to put this in and fit this now and get this done, which then means well, then I'll repair this piece as well. I'm not going to repair the seat, I'm not going to repair the base of the seat now. I'm going to wait till this is all in and I've got the edge to go up to make sure that everything's okay and everything's weldable and sealable and all that. So that's what we're going to do. So we'll get this welded in now. Now, I apologise if today's been a bit of a mess, I suppose. My head's not been in it today at all. It's not really been in it, but we're getting there slowly. So I think this week, putting this sort of, I don't know, pressure? Whatever I've done this week, I ain't done enough. I'm not happy with what I've done. Did I set myself an unrealistic target? Probably. But let's get this welded in, get this dressed, get it painted, and see what it looks like. But I'm not going to get anything else done today. we might only get this tacked in because the day is getting on. But yeah, GoPro's dead as well. I'll try and film this. I didn't want to film this because I don't want to wreck the lens, but we'll set this up, see where we can get to, and then wrap the week up a little later. There we have it, guys. In, done, welded, dressed, got a bit of paint on. Now, it does need finishing. I've got, obviously, to repair this piece, finish welding it. There's a few bits weld that I've missed that I've got to go back in. Yes, there's hammer marks in it. Yes, there's all that in it. But when that has been stone chipped, I don't think you'll ever notice. I'm pretty happy with it anyway. It's another little bit off the list. Obviously, like I said, we've got to finish this bit off here. That has taken me all day. That one part has taken me, I think, 8 hours. I haven't even been home for lunch. I just carried on getting on with it. So yeah, that was, yeah, a long time. So yeah, I do feel a bit deflated this week. But I said all along that this arch was going to, yeah, prove problematic. We had to make the piece at the front, which we'd done before, but took quite a while. Sort this out again, which is a pretty easy thing to do, but it takes so long to do. And then that's took me all day, and then my head's gone, so I'll want to watch this back, I'll remember, but other bits I've done and sorted. We have managed to get the inner sill in, which is nice, so we did get one pressed panel fitted. Next week, I'm not even coming in tomorrow, I'm actually knackered. So yeah, I'm on the weekend off. We'll be back in next week to continue, really. This inner arch can't go in until we've remade this lower corner, as we did the other side. So I'm going to have to find the jigs for that, see if I can change the hand to make this, and then sort this corner out. Get this tub in. I've got to try and fix the fuel hole as well, which I can't get a repair panel for because they're out of stock. So I'm thinking I'm going to, yeah, I'm going to try and do something with that. I'm not 100% sure quite what, but we'll do something with it. And then, as soon as this corner's fixed and this arch is in, then this outer sill can go on. And that can't go on because you can't slide that in. So we've got to, first things first, fix this corner, arch in, and then we can get this sill on. Then repair all the seat area and things. There's a good week left in this, a good week left in it. Now, I'm not sure what's going to crack next week, because I've got another job coming in, little one, which I'm going to do a video on, which, yeah, give me a break for a few days from this. So, yeah, we didn't quite make the week how we wanted it to, but I can do no more than I've already done. So I want to say a massive thank you to Heritage Parts Centre again for sponsoring the channel and sponsoring this build. Without their help, this really wouldn't be happening as quick as it is. So thank you so much to those. If you've got a classic Volkswagen or Porsche and you're looking for any parts, do please visit heritagepartscentre.com, where using the code CHAMBERS at the checkout, get you 10% off your order. Huge thank you to those guys for working with me and helping me to create, hopefully, content you guys enjoy. As ever, guys, I want to say a massive thank you for every single one of you for watching the videos, commenting, liking, sharing them about, subscribing. If you don't already subscribe, do please consider subscribing and clicking the little bell to get notified of when we post a new video. Every single interaction that you guys make with the channel massively helps within the algorithm. We're chasing down 20,000 subscribers. I really can't see it by Christmas now. I think we've got 4,000 to go. But please continue to do it. We can only try. Hopefully we'll get there in the new year. So, we'll leave this one there then, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, enjoy.